Hello, everyone. I'm Richard, and I want to welcome you back to Stuff in Excel. What we're going to take a look at today is how to use Power Query to identify duplicate records within an Excel file. There are times when you've got an Excel file, you've got a lot of records, and you want to make sure that none of those records are actually duplicates of other records. How do you do that without just using the delete feature? I want to look at them before I delete them. I just want the software to identify those duplicates for me. And using the conditional formatting that identifies duplicate numbers isn't going to help me. I want to find duplicate records, not duplicate numbers. So how am I going to do this? Well, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to start with this file. I'm going to load it up into Power Query and use several steps in Power Query to do that for us. Now, this file, first of all, you can download this file by going to the link that's down in the description, and you can follow along with this video. So if you want to pause right now and do that, that's cool. So this file is a file from several of my classes over several semesters, a project that I assigned where students I gave them a certain amount of money, they played a board game where they bought, sold, rent, and developed real estate, and they were, at the end of that, supposed to present to me a set of books, a set of financial statements, and I want to make sure that they're not just copying each other. I also believe that it's virtually impossible, given the randomness of the game, that any two sets of financial statements will look exactly the same. I just don't believe that that's possible. So if I can find sets of data here where several, and I've identified about 8 or 9 different variables here, and if they're all the same for any two students, that's a pretty good bet that students cheated on the assignment. So how am I going to do this? Well, first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by just clicking in this data. This data is already in a table format, so I'm going to click in the table. I'm going to go up to Data on the tab, click on Data, and then I'm going to click on From Table Range. This will load the data into the Power Query interface when I do that. And it's loading now. It doesn't take but a few seconds to load this file up. So it's loading up, and here comes the file. There it is. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, right after I do this, I'm simply going to duplicate this. I'm going to right-click and duplicate this file. Okay? So I'm going to rename it. Now I'm going to call it Duplicates. And you'll notice I've typed it in over the far right. When I hit enter, it's going to change it on the far left. So with duplicates, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here under the Home tab. I'm going to go all the way over to Group By, which is about in the middle of the ribbon. I'm going to hit Group By, and I'm going to identify the variables that I want to use to identify when I've got some possible duplicates. So right now, I'm just going to look at I'm just going to pick 2. Now, if you just want to use one, you pick basic. If you want to use more than one, you pick advanced. So the first one I'm going to pick is net income. And then I'm going to add another group, and that's going to be cash. And I'm going to match this or look for duplicates where cash and net income are the same for any 2 records or more than 2. So it's identified for me those records very quick. If you scroll down, anytime there's a 1 under the count column, that's going to tell you that what you've got there is a single item that's not duplicated anywhere else in the data file. If you go down, you'll see, like on line 26, where it says income of $1,478.77 and cash of $1,897. That is duplicated. There's 2 files with those exact same 2 items in it. Now, if there'd been more than that, say there'd been 3 files or 4 files, it would have identified and told me how many there were. Now, you'll also notice that this file now only has 112 lines in it, where the original file had 115 lines of data. That's because I found 3 pairs of data that are the same. Here's one right here on line 77. I think that is, yes. Also one up here in line 73, and then the other one we saw was up in line 26. So those are where my sets of data are, where the duplicates are located. And so we're going to now go set this up so that we can actually just look at that entire record. So once we've got this, we're going to go back up to Table over on the left. Click on Table. Now we're going to go back over to our ribbon and click on Merge Queries. Click the down arrow and click Merge Queries as New. So we're going to click that. Then what we're going to do is it tells us here's table 1. We're going to merge it with duplicates. And the common columns are going to be net income. I'm going to hit net income up in the table 1. Now I'm going to hold down Control button, hit cash down in duplicates, hit cash up in table 1. And I'm all done. All I'm going to do is hit OK, and it's going to create a merge file for me. And there's my merge file. Now, I'm not done yet. I got to go all the way over to the right, and this last column is duplicates. And right now, what you notice is that it's got everything selected: the net income, the cash, and the count. I just want to see the count here, so I'm going to click off in net income, off cash, and all I've got showing is the count. When I hit OK, there's my counts. These are the same counts that I saw earlier when we looked at, or the same count numbers we saw earlier when we looked at the duplicates file, only now they're all spread out, and we've got, again, 115 lines of data. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm simply going to leave this merge one file highlighted. I'm going to go up to close and load, and I'm going to hit close and load right there, and it's going to close and load to, and it's going to load it up to this file. Right now, this file has one tab in it, project data. When I hit OK, it's going to add the other three, the table one, the duplicates, and the merge one are going to get added to this Excel file. And there they are right there. So I can use this, once this data is loaded, I can use this, and then this is a count. So I can go to my filter and I can turn off anything that's a 1. If it's a 1, I know it's okay, it's unique. But anything that's got a 2 or a higher number means it's been duplicated somewhere. Hit 1 and I hit OK. Sure enough, what I've got is I see my first one, student 27 and student 41 have virtually the same assignment turned in. That's a concern to me. Students 77 and 80, again, virtually the same assignment. Now, net rent expense is different between the two, but look at 80. He took net income of $1,464, subtracted expense of 105, and got the same net income as student 77 from the prior semester. But all the other numbers are exactly the same. That's extremely odd and would highlight. The same thing with student 82 in spring of 25 and student 107 in fall of 25. You see they've got virtually the same numbers, though these numbers are blank, which is odd. So how do you get total assets the same when these two items are blank? It just doesn't make any sense. And so because that doesn't make any sense, that highlights to me that this is a problem. Now, I'm not done yet, because the fact that I used Power Query creates a lot of dynamic power for me. If I go back into my original project data, and let's just go all the way down to the bottom, and let's type in, let's say in spring of 2026, we have a student number 119, has exactly the same numbers as student 118 from the previous semester. So it has exactly the same numbers, and that's in the original data file. So every time I get more data, I can just put data in. Now, if I just go over here to merge, right-click on merge and say refresh, and it's off the screen for some reason, I don't know why, but if I go here and I hit, there it is, I hit refresh right there, and I hit refresh, it's going to go back over here and look at this. It found those two files. It automatically updated. I didn't have to go back through that whole query process that I did the first time. That query is saved, and anytime I want to update my original data, I can just hit refresh merge, and it'll go back in and define for me all of the duplicate files. That's a really great way to identify the duplicate files and then eliminate it. In fact, if I go back to my project data, let's say I decide student 80 was the one that cheated. I can go back into my project data. I can go all the way up, find student 80. I can delete student 80 from my database. And now when I go back over and I right-click and refresh, watch what happens to these lines 76 and 80 over here when I refresh this. They disappear because there's no longer a duplicate. I eliminated line 80, student 80, and that meant that the corresponding student no longer had a match for that student anywhere in my database. Really helpful tool. Hopefully you'll practice it and you'll learn it. It's a great way to identify duplicate invoices, duplicate contracts, duplicate sales, a lot of places where you want to identify duplicate transactions that may have been put in there, duplicate billings that may have been put into your system, and you want to find them, analyze them before deleting them. Hopefully this was helpful. See you real soon right back here on Stuff in Excel.